Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope that you have served yourself some refreshments and so you can bring the energy back to the room, inshallah. It is a great privilege to be here today to speak on a topic that is both timely and deeply personal. Mental health, support for Muslim women experiencing Islamophobia. Public spaces, and even online. For many Muslim women, the experience of wearing the hijab or simply being visibly Muslim can make them the target of hateful rhetoric, discrimination, or even violence. Recent incidents, as I mentioned, and as Tamira as well mentioned, in Winnipeg and London, Ontario, serve as a painful reminders of how widespread and harmful this problem is. But today, I want to talk about how these experiences impact mental health and how we as a community, along with organizations like Foundation for a Path Forward and services like the Islamophobia hotline, can offer support to those who are most affected. We often talk about Islamophobia as a social or political issue, but it's important to acknowledge its significant impact on men. For Muslim women, when you are constantly subjected to stares, comments, threats, or worse, it takes a toll on your well-being. And I would assume that every one of us have experienced at least once, those stares, if not more than that. Research has shown that individuals who experience discriminations are more likely to suffer from mental health issues, depression, PTSD, and chronic stress. Muslim women who often bear the brunt of public Islamophobia due to their visible markers of faith are particularly vulnerable to these challenges. Many women I've spoken to describe feeling isolated, anxious, and hyper-aware of their surroundings where they are out in public. And that happens a lot to university students or women working in corporates. The fear of being targeted adds an extra layer of stress to everyday activities, whether it's going to work, running errands, or simply taking their children to the park. Sadly so. These experiences are compounded by the stigma surrounding mental health. In our communities, where seeking help is sometimes seen as a sign of weakness. As an advocate, I have been involved in Islamophobia awareness campaigns and other proactive efforts to confront hate and are working tirelessly to address the root cause of Islamophobia through advocacy, education, and policy change. For example, we've worked to push for anti-Islamophobia legislation that aims to safeguard Muslim communities, hold perpetrators accountable, and ensure that the Canadian governments take stronger actions against hate crimes. We also collaborate with local leaders and organizations to organize community workshops aimed at raising awareness about Islamophobia and mental health. Education is key. One essential resource available to anyone experiencing Islamophobia, as Sister Mira mentioned as well, is the Islamophobia hotline, a service providing free legal advice and support to those who have been targets of hate. This hotline, supported by organizations like the BC Civil Liberties Association and CareCan, offers critical guidance to those navigating incidents of discrimination or harassment. If you or anyone you know has experienced Islamophobia, I encourage you to contact the hotline. In this context, I encourage all of you to stay alert of action notices from advocacy organizations. Sign petitions, join campaigns, and raise your voices when these opportunities arise. These alerts often serve as calls to action for critical legislative changes